So how about them Lightning? I'll be honest with you. I didn't watch most of the games. Especially the one where we went into overtime, I think it was, with the Panthers. When I didn't watch it, the Lightning scored, and when I did watch it, the Panthers scored until the Panthers made it 5-4 and 5-5. Then I turned it back on and said, let overtime be what it may, and it was. Um, oh, the biggest reason is in the other video, but it's really exciting to just be able to watch hockey. Watch playoff hockey with fans. Emily had fans, BB&T had fans, interacting with people on social media about both teams and all the games, and then watching other games, watching the Canes and Preds, watching the Leafs. It's been really good. But guys, can we talk, please? Y'all realize that it's just a game, right? You realize that. Yeah, there was a lot of animosity on the ice between the players of Lightning and the players of the Panthers, and there was a lot of nonsense from the refs because, come on, guys, it's playoffs and the NHL. They're not very good at this thing. They haven't for a while. But the interaction between the fan bases. You live in the same state. You're like 4 hours away from each other, unless you live somewhere else. You are all you got. Atlanta left to go to Canada, and the next closest teams are either all the way over in Texas or up in Carolina, which, by the way, is our next opponent, and therefore probably our next closest fan base. Can we have some, honest decency? Have your quips, have your, poking ats and your whatever, but some of y'all in Bolt's Twitter were just plain mean. And I know, there were a lot of people on Panthers Twitter who weren't very nice either. But what helps in the discourse is that you don't return the favor in kind. It's hard. It's hard. It's really hard when someone is making a mean statement or a mean point or whatever the case may be. Y'all were vicious though. You're all each other got. We're all in the same state. The series is over, and now you've lost potential for friends because of the discourse during the series. You've lost the potential for friends with some of the Panthers Twitter, and maybe even amongst yourselves, because you guys have a tendency to take this too seriously. We poke at the Boston fan base and the Capitals fan base and other fan bases that have elements of this in them, which again, they're not the whole, neither is discourse, but we don't want to become them. Now that we have this success and a target is going to be on the back of the team for a while because, they've had the Eastern Conference final appearance, Stanley Cup final appearance, we won the dang thing, and now we're doing well again this year. The spotlight is going to be on how we interact. Just like it was when Boston won, just like it was when the Penguins won, just like it was even when the Blues won. We are one of the best teams in recent memory in the entire league, and therefore how we act is going to reflect upon that. And I don't want, because some of you are really wonderful people that I've gotten to interact with in the last few months, I don't want Bolt's Twitter or Bolt's Facebook or Bolt's fans in general to be thought of as a collective negative because of some of the discourse that happens like that, which happened during the Panthers series. Treat people with kindness, and you will be rewarded for it. It's not easy, always, especially when you get heated and you get emotions and you're watching a high-stakes game. But then it ends. The game ends. The series ends. Win, loss, or whatever. At some point, you will have made it through the end of the series. And then what? We're on to play Carolina, who got quite a test from Nashville There was some really long games for both of those teams. We both get a couple days. Both places will have fans. Carolina's got one of the most consistently loud and obnoxious fan bases when it comes to fans in the stadium in the entire NHL. And they just beat a team that was also known for that. We'll both be able to have more fans because it seems like the theme of teams allowing fans both in the NBA playoffs and in ours is okay, you make it farther, you'll have more fans. Let's have a better discourse with our neighbors to the north. Let's poke at each other and chip at each other, but let's remember that there are people on the other end of those comments you make. And let's beat the Canes. Go Bolts! And I'll see you in the next video.